I don't have a huge problem with this at all. We can all identify situations where United can play better, but it's a quantum improvement over where they finished last season, where they were last season for much of the year, and it's not their fault. City are so much better, so yeah, I'd give them a B or B minus, with the urging that they can and must improve.
I'd go a little bit higher. I'd go B+. I think despite the comparisons with Manchester City, who were just running away with the league, and despite the criticism of their style at times, United keep getting the job done. And you only have to look at the league table to say exactly how good that is. Top of the group in the Champions League. So maybe, against the backdrop of City, you can see a B or maybe lower. But just in the overall perspective of how the season has gone, I don't think you could ask for a whole lot more.
I'm with Shaka on this. I mean, Manchester United couldn't get in the top 4 last year. Now they're comfortably sitting in second. They're comfortably through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. So it has to be higher than a B.
All right then, the boys say Manchester United maybe deserve a B+ for the start of the season. United have the least number of days off during the festive period compared to any other side in the Premier League. This is a very objective piece full of facts from United. It's not subjective at all. Shaka, do you have any sympathy for United?
No. 12 months ago, we heard exactly this from Jurgen Klopp, and I had no sympathy for Jurgen Klopp then either. I mean, I'm a year older and a year wiser, but still a year just as stubborn. I'm absolutely not at all.
They've got a point, though, haven't they?
Do they?
Of course.
No, they don't.
It's been going on forever, though, Dan. I mean, since the game started, this is a key.
Just because it's been going on forever doesn't mean.
Well, how are you going to change it then? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Extend the season? There's a World Cup coming up. They can't do that. So it's been going on forever. You've got a massive squad. Every squad gets injuries, so you've got to be able to cope with it. How do you do it? You manage your training, you manage what you're doing in training with the lads, and then you've got to get through it.
The reason Manchester United will not win the Premier League this year is not going to be because of whatever, the Christmas schedule, the festive period schedule. It's already done. It's already too late. So whatever complaint you're having about how this is going to affect you going in the future, it doesn't matter. It's a moot point. You are already 11 points behind, and that had nothing to do with the festive period. I don't think there's anything here for Manchester United to complain about.
Icardi, yep, can't stop scoring goals at the present moment. Absolutely love him.
Over
Morata, for me, what he did at Juventus and what he did at Real Madrid and what he's continued to do at Chelsea, link-up play and scoring goals, I like this kid. I think he's got a massive future.
All right, keep it going, Benzema.
Well, when he plays for Madrid, everybody around him is the focal point of the attack. Everybody seems to click in around him.
Okay, keep going. 7.
Aubameyang.
Wow, better than Morata, better than Benzema.
I know that some people have issues with him between his ears.
They don't want to buy him, do they?
But I think that this guy will go. He scores goals for fun. Has a fantastic resume in the Bundesliga.
Higuain at number 6.
Higuain, look, for club, he's absolutely sensational. Scores goals everywhere he's been. Yes, he struggles a bit for Argentina, but I just think that when he went to Juventus, he transformed the side.
Varane only 5.
Wow.
Goodness me.
Well, I like what Cavani does for both club and country. I just think that he has got the total package as far as his hold-up play.
He's only 5?
Well, apparently not.
Okay, who's 4 then?
Well, the thing is, when you talk about Harold is scoring goals and has continued to score goals. Everybody thought he'd be a one-season wonder. He's absolutely not. He does everything for me as far as closing the ball down, link-up play, the first line of defence for Tottenham. He's absolutely terrific.
Suarez then at 3.
Well, you can't leave him out. Everybody thinks he's not doing so hot this season, but he's still a threat. Everybody has to take care of him. You've got to factor in that he's playing through the middle on his own. I think he does a sensational job. He's a constant threat to any defence.
Right then, here we go. Controversial.
Wow.
Number 2. Kun Aguero struggles to get in the City team at times.
No, he would never struggle to get him in my side. When he's fit and when he's firing.
Wow.
Left foot, right foot, taking his pens, doing whatever he needs to do on the football field. There's not a defender in the world that wants to play against Aguero.
So who's won? Lukaku?
Well, that's one of your better jokes. One of your better jokes, Dan. But it's
Thank you,
Lewandowski. Look, to me, this guy, club and country, he does absolutely everything you want. Left foot, right foot, score with his head, his link-up play, his hold-up play. He's fantastic.
It's all about that top 5. It's all wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, Agüero's too high. And not because I don't like Agüero. It's just you look at Sergio Agüero and you made the point. I mean, he's not even first choice at times for Pep Guardiola. And if that's the case, then you cannot be in the top 5 strikers, because that also gives you an idea that perhaps he hasn't been as consistent as he was in the past, in years past.
He doesn't even start
He's in the
internationally.
rotation. He's in the rotation.
So the second best striker in the world doesn't warrant a guaranteed start.
Dan, you asked me who are the top strikers. I'm telling you, Aguero. You ask all the managers in the world, they'd take him today.
I would put Aguero.
They would take him in a heartbeat.
I would put Agüero even behind Cavani. I would push everybody up.
But that's why it's opinion. That's why it's football. I'm telling you, if Aguero comes on the market today, they're all in for it.
Should Lukaku be in that top 10?
Ahead of who?
There you go. Good question.
I'm not sure who he gets in ahead of, in all honesty.
Look, the thing with Lukaku, and look, we've discussed this at length on this show. I just feel at the present moment, with everything that he's got coming, with the service coming in from, Rashford and Lingard and Martial and so on and so forth, Pogba, I just think his conversion rate is not at that level yet. Maybe it will be.
No,
He's still a young kid, so I didn't put him in my top 10 purely and simply because of those reasons.
Let's get Gab involved.
Oh, why not?
Shall we? Gab, what do you make of the old top 10, particularly his top 5?
Yeah, I have an issue with Aguero there as well. And look, and you can say it's because he doesn't do the things that Pep wants him to do in terms of pressing and being part of that whole collective thing. But yeah, no, right now I don't think he belongs that.
Meanwhile, Gab,
Suarez,
just take a moment.
higher.
Should Lukaku be in the top 10?
I don't know who I'd put out, and I was thinking, there's a lot of strikers outside the top 10 who I don't think are far off where Lukaku is right now. Whether you're talking, guys like Alexander Lacazette, guys like Dzeko, in terms of their productivity right now, they're all in the same sort of ballpark. So for me, no.
Sit alongside Shaka Hislop. And Shaq, let's start with Batshuayi, who stayed on the bench to begin with, even although Morata was injured for Chelsea. That's got to tell him something. Time for him to go?
Yeah, without question. And I think Monaco could do with a striker, obviously not hitting the heights that they did last season. I think this will be a welcome addition, but more to the point, Batshuayi has got to the Stamford Bridge if he's hoping to get the type of football I'm sure he wants.
Seems to be every day on the transfer radar that Mesut Ozil features. Sometimes it's to leave Arsenal. Now, Manchester United. Is there a chance of that happening?
Oh, this has been going on for quite some time. I think there is a chance. I actually don't think it happens in January, but I'll put it down as a chance.
Okay.
And say it happens.
Now, I want to combine the next two because Shaw is likely to leave if Rose arrives. What's more likely, or do you think they've both got a good chance?
I think Shaw is likely to leave. Jose Mourinho, as much as he started him a bit of late, I don't think he's ever been a fan. Newcastle would have him gladly. And probably that fresh start is exactly what Luke Shaw needs. Danny Rose, he had a few things to say early on in the season when he was injured after Kyle Walker left and criticised Tottenham's transfer policy. I thought the right thing was the door for Danny Rose. I think it'd be a welcome addition going to Manchester United. The thing with this transfer though is I feel like Luke Young has been very good on the left-hand side of defence for
Ashley Young.
Ashley Young, Luke Young. Ashley Young. Rose, 5 years younger than Ashley Young, so it makes some sense in that regard. Saying that, as of where we are right now, I don't think Danny Rose is an upgrade on Ashley Young.
Well, they have options
Or
there.
Luke Young.
No, I mean, you and I did Eredivisie for a number of years. Daley Blind can play there. Marcus Rojo can play there as well. But I think with Ben Davies doing so well at Spurs, I think Rose is on his way. Now, Alexis Sanchez, PSG.
Well, Sanchez linked with PSG and Manchester City. I thought the Manchester City link was the stronger one and the more likely to happen. PSG, I'm not so sure. As much as I think Alexis Sanchez graces any team, I just not sure where he fits in PSG as it stands right now. And I just feel that given the interest of Manchester City earlier on in the season, that is the more likely destination.
Arsenal would rather he went to France than to a rival.
I'm sure he would, but it's not up to Arsenal if his contract expires in the summer.
Well, it's Arsenal's fault for allowing this to happen. 4 hits and 1 miss for Xhaka today on the Transfer Rater. Transfer Rater, we begin Xhaka Hislop with Henrik Mkhitaryan, who doesn't appear to be part of the long-term plans under Jose Mourinho.
Nope. We see Mkhitaryan probably going the same way that Shinji Kagawa did. I'm going to put that down as a hit.
Yeah, I can see why, because they're a club who love him, and he left them, but they take him back. Wilfried Zaha to Man City. This was in the press this morning.
This is an interesting one because I really like Zaha, and it's beyond me how things didn't work out for him at Manchester United. The issue is, how do you improve on Manchester City? I'm going to put this down as a miss, only because I just feel City are that good. Maybe he has second thoughts about fitting in, his long-term prospects. Not that I don't think he can, I just think maybe he wants another step before getting to City.
This next one's a bit bizarre.
Yeah. That doesn't make any kind of sense to me at all. I don't know. I don't know who came up with that.
Probably an agent or something like that. We haven't got a club for him to go to, so a nice easy one. Will he leave Manchester United in the next few months?
In the next few months, I'm going to put this down as no.
You think he'll sign a new deal?
I do.
Okay.
Saying that, I don't think Fellaini is a Manchester United player, not the Manchester United that I know, or remember, I should say. But he signed a couple of extensions over the last couple of years, which, again, left me bemused. I don't see Jose Mourinho putting me out to pasture just yet, so to speak.
So he comes to my side.
Okay, you have him.
Thank you.
I'll have Griezmann.
Well, this one we know has got substance because Atleti are going to report Barca for illegally tapping him up.
This, yeah, and that aside, given Barca's approach to Philippe Coutinho last summer, 150 million somehow turned down by Liverpool, that doesn't make sense. Now, if Liverpool set their stall out and don't want to do business, Griezmann is a close number 2, for want of a better expression. We had this discussion whether you'd have Coutinho or Griezmann on FC the other day. Griezmann was a very close second to Coutinho. If they can't get Coutinho, I'll happily settle with Griezmann.
Before we end, can they have both?
Yeah, I absolutely do not see why not.
So Suarez, Messi, Griezmann, Coutinho. If you're a defender in La Liga next season?
All the best.
Yeah.